we're going to build a super basic website, then actually deploy it on the internet for the very first time. All that means is once you have code that you've written out or AI has written out for us and we just told it what to do, we're basically going to press a few buttons and it's going to be displayed on the entire internet. So people in Germany, England, South Africa, South America, anywhere in the world could literally see your website. Anywhere, as long as you have internet connection. That's the caveat. So how do we do this? So here, there are only 3 super basic things we can understand at a super high level. And after that, we're just going to prompt AI to basically do everything for us. First things first, we need a place to actually code, or better yet, we need a place for AI to actually code for us when we tell it what to do. What we're going to use for that is what people normally use is called VS Code. And another platform that I like to use instead of VS Code is going to be AntiGravity. AntiGravity is built by Google. VS Code is built by Microsoft. I prefer AntiGravity. You can do a lot more things with it. So with AntiGravity, we want to also download Claude as an extension. So Claude's a thing we're going to be speaking into to be able to actually code our website. So what do we got to do? So how do we download AntiGravity? You go on antigravity.google/download and figure out whatever computer that you have. And then you just go ahead and download it, follow the prompts, and you're basically almost good to go. Once you follow the prompts, you're going to have something like this appear. And when you have this appear, what you want to do is you want to open up a folder. We're going to have to create a folder here. So we're going to say create folder, and we're going to call this Hello World folder, right? Perfect. We're going to open it up. And now we want to begin coding in this actual environment. The way we're going to do that is we are going to download Claude. So the way we download Claude, go to the marketplace. It's the 4 little squares on the right-hand side, and type in Claude, C-L-A-U-D-E. Already have it downloaded, so I'm not going to download it again. Not that I even can. Now over here, just make sure it's done by the publisher is Anthropic. That's the company that built Claude for us. And then all you got to do is click on the logo at the top right, and here is where you begin speaking into Claude. So the way it would look, something like this, looks like a chat window basically. And we would basically begin prompting it by saying, hey, build me a super simple website. And I'm going to talk into it. And by the way, what I use to be able to talk into the computer is called this, handy.computer. It's open source, free to use, and it's pretty incredible. The rest of the other ones are like $10 a month or $15 a month, but the free one is as good, sometimes if not better. So, hey Claude, can you create me a super simple website just saying, hello world, this is my first website, and make the background a really nice beige color. Okay. Make sure you do it in the folder that I just created inside this environment. Environment just means like the playground or the place that you're actually coding in. So while it's doing that, let's go back to our graphic over here. So boom, we have our place where we're going to code, and we have our AI basically downloaded. It's working on the website. Next thing we need is a place to store all the code that we basically written. And you could think of it like a library. So we're going to, remember, it does not display the code, so it's not going to show you a website. It's just going to store it there. For the final step, which is going to be Vercel, is where we're going to deploy the website so anybody on the internet could see it. Not anybody on the internet, anybody in the world could see it who has an internet connection. And then your website is basically live. It's even going to provide you a URL. So let's just check up on our website over here. Perfect. It's still thinking, tinkering around. And now what we're going to do is create a GitHub account. When you create a GitHub account, it's going to look something like this. And all you got to do is sign up, just follow the prompts. You'll have an account, and then you'll have a website that looks like this. Come over here, click on new. And when you click on new, you want to type in just a repository name. And what did I call this one? This is called Hello World. So I'm just going to write Hello World 1, just in case. Actually, I don't have anything called that, so it's not going to interfere with it. Okay, perfect. We got it. And all we got to do, you don't have to know what any of this means. All this, I'll kind of give a rough overview. All this means is when you're in your environment, a place where you code, you're just basically going to follow these commands to be able to push it into this particular folder inside your GitHub account. But all we're going to do, copy it here, and we're going to go back to our website, And boom, we basically have all the code of the website right here. In fact, I'm gonna exit out of the default agent. So here's our website. It says hello world. And we're gonna say, hey Claude, can you now push it into GitHub? And I'm gonna give you all the resources to be able to do that, all the commands. And then basically it's gonna push it for us. So once it pushes it for us, we're gonna refresh this in a few minutes, and then we're basically gonna see the actual website or all the code for the website. And while it's doing that, let's just go back, click on next. Yes. And what we're also gonna do is we're gonna go on Vercel, already have an account, but basically it'll look something along the lines of this. But if you don't have an account, you just click on sign up, and then you just move forward in signing up. Just make sure you click on hobby, because again, it's free, it doesn't cost you anything. Once you get that up and running, you'll get a basic thing that looks like this, minus the projects. What you're gonna have to do, click on add new, type in projects, and this is the project that you want, this is the project that you import, but not yet, because it actually needs to have a file there to be able to deploy it on the internet. So let's go back to our AntiGravity account, and let's click on next. Perfect. It's taking care of everything it needs to take care of. Just give it a quick little second. Next, next, next. And now I think we should be good. Okay, perfect. So it looks like it's up to ready to go. Now I will make one point here. Now it's going to ask you to upload the project in two different ways. The first one is HTTPS and the second one is SSH. HTTPS is definitely the simpler option. Basically, you just need the URL. For example, you come down here and you go back to your GitHub account, and this is the actual URL that you would just tell it and it'll just upload it onto here. The second way is SSH. It's more secure, but it's a little bit more clunky. And what you got to do if you want the SSH details, you just click on SSH over here, but you probably don't need that. Now, just in case you run into an issue, just tell Claude, be like, hey, look, I ran into an issue. The HTTPS method doesn't work. Can you do it with SSH? And it'll take care of that for you. And it'll tell you exactly what to do to be able to get this code that it needs from the developer settings. So now we're going to go back. It looks like it's good to go. And now, theoretically, what we should be able to do is go to our GitHub account, refresh. We should be able to see our website. Boom, we see our website. So now let's go back over here and let's import that repository. And now let's click on deploy. Now it's basically gonna Vercel, the thing that's going to show you your website, it's going to go to GitHub and it's going to pull all that code and it's going to display it for the internet to see. Perfect. I was actually hoping I would get an error. Now the awesome thing is we're going to go to the dashboard, and now if we go on our website, we see an error. What do? Now the way you troubleshoot this, you don't have to know any of this means. You don't got to look at any logs. You're going to read any documentation. You're going to go back to Claude and you're going to say, hey Claude, I'm deeply concerned. It looks like I got an issue with the website. Here's the exact error that I got when I tried to deploy it to Vercel. Boom, that's it. 404 error, not found, it didn't work. I don't have to know what even happened. He's like, I see the issue. When he pushed to GitHub, we only committed the readme.md file. Your index was never added to the Git. How amazing is that? So it says now your website should be live. So now, automatically, you don't have to do anything. It pushed it up to the library, which is over here. And we're going to refresh this. We had a readme file. Oh, now we have an index.html file. This is our actual code where everything is being displayed. Remember, ask for a beige background, right? So now, theoretically, this should be displaying now over here. That's exactly what I did. Now watch this. Bam. Now the crazy thing is, you could even say even more wild thing. So as far as you're concerned, the website is up and live. There's no issues, everything good to go. You could literally copy this URL and you could give it to anybody in the world, they'll be able to see it. But if you did want a custom domain, I'll walk through in a second how to do that. But you have a website that's fully working, and let's just say you want to make another edit to it. Hey Claude, can you add some sample data underneath Hello World just to make it look like it's a real website? And then can you also push it up to GitHub on your own, please? Bada bing, bada boom. Now, let's just say you say, well, Grinder, this is great, but I want my own domain. All you got to do is add a custom domain. You could find your own domain here. Boom, hello, they're obviously unavailable. I'm going to say hello world 123. I'm going to make up a number just for giggles. And then you just add it into your cart. You proceed to checkout, and it'll basically do it for you. You don't even have to touch anything. Now, let's just say you're like one of those other people that already have a domain on another website, right? All you would have to do is come over here, click on your refresh. It says something went wrong. Click over here and click on this little thing right here. There's a plus icon. And then you would just basically add an existing domain. You would type in the existing domain, and you would just follow the steps. If you get stuck anywhere, all you would have to do is go back over here to AntiGravity, Claude, and just say, hey, I got stuck, and just copy, Command A, the entire page, and say, here's the entire page. I don't really know what I'm doing. Can you fix it for me? It'll take care of it all for you. Now let's go back to the website because I did tell it to make some edits to it. Refresh, bam. This is a $5 website, but that's okay. I hope you all enjoyed the video. So here's how you deploy a website that you have on your computer that AI created to GitHub, to the entire internet and the entire world to see. Hope you all enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching.